Rich here, and I hope everyone's staying safe out there. In today's video, we have got a multi-crawler test from a very expensive crawler, around about $650, and then this super scale mid-range crawler at $300 that my daughter Isabella appears to have been playing with while I've been out. So we're going to see how this gets on up the climb board, and how will it do with those narrow tyres. Will it do good? Will it do bad? We'll have to wait and see. And then we're on to this $140 crawler, which is one of the best small crawlers that yours truly has ever tested. So will they get on at the climb board? Indeed. Who's going to be the winner? So I'm going to pit all three against each other today, against the incline board. First of all, the Traxxas TRX6, as I say, yours for around $650. Then the MB Scaler 1941 Super Scale Jeep. And then the RGT 116 scale crawler. Who's going to win on the incline board? Let me grab it, let's go see. Oh, and as ever, if you want to have a guess right now as to which one of these climbs up the steepest slope, far away in the comment section below the video. Okay, now all three of these cars have lighting kits of one form or another in there. The TRX6, probably the one you can most conveniently drive at night. This one, if you saw my test of it the other day, even though it has those dim yellow lights on there, they're actually quite bright at night. And the little one at the end there, the RGT, a little bit less so at night. Anyway, to start with, we're going to try every truck up and down the board on 48 degrees. So, TRX6, first up, should make it up the board without any problem on there, and then so on and so on. And then I'm going to increase the incline by a couple of degrees, and we'll see who the winner is. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, well first up, TRX6 at 48 degrees. Hello gear, all this locked. You should get up this without too much of a worry. Have to do it on the juice. Let the torque to the traction do the work. And the TRX6 Okay, now we've got the MB Scaler. I'm going to stand close to the side of this because I do not want this falling back on itself. And while it's got a 58 degree approach angle, 22 degrees on the rear, so we might need a little bit of a kick to get that up. The throttle on this thing is super smooth. It's almost like brushless conversion on this thing. That is actually doing better than I thought, but I'm wary of it falling backwards and busting the steering wheel on there, which does actually move. And the drag brake on that thing, absolutely excellent. We'll hold it where it is. That has done much better than I thought it would. Pretty much straight out of the box there. Now at the bottom, I've had to give it a little bit of a helping hand because while it's got a 58 degree approach angle, it's only got something like 22 degrees on the descent angle on the rear. So what it means, it can get its nose up really high on there. It means the rear's catching on there, so it's a little bit of a helping hand, but the object is to see what kind of steeper slope it will climb. Anyway, let's move on to the little guy. And this should work here pretty well. So that's making fairly short work of that. I could go up there much faster. Just going up in control on there then. So time to move the incline up a bit. Let's go from 48 to 50 degrees and see how they get on. Okay, we're now up to 50 degrees on the climb board. The TRX6 makes it up there without any problem. Okay, now as before, I've had to give the willies a little bit of a start just at that bottom end on there. Oh, we might get there. I am now officially impressed with this thing. Super scale, and yet it still climbs up 50 degree slope. but I have a feeling when we move up by a couple of degrees, might be after ready to catch it. Okay, time for me 1/16 scale RGT crawler. I've been using this quite a bit outside during the past week, and it certainly impresses for the money, I have to say. Yours for a smidgen under 140 bucks. I'll put a link to all three cars below the video, and that is simply storming up there with ease. And I've made no mods to this thing as yet. So the little RGT crawler didn't do too badly up there at all. So everything so far has gone up 50 degree slope. So let me up it to 52 degrees. Let's see how we get on. Okay, we've got a steady 52 degrees showing on the climb board. So will the TRX6 get up it? Now approach angle, of course, is going to become an issue fairly soon with these cars. And then you can see the TRX6 just beginning to catch at the rear there. And the TRX6 makes that 52 degrees with reasonable ease on there. Just being a little careful because the throttle's a little bit more sensitive than the other two cars are. Okay, time for the Jeep again. Now, as I say, it will do that 58 degree approach angle, so it's got probably the best approach angle out of all of them. It's just that rear clearance, but let's see. And we're just sticking on that at the rear. Let's give it just a little bit of helping hand. Feeling this. Well, I've speeded this bit up. It's got the power, but it hasn't quite got the grip to get up there. Okay, well I'm not going to push it with the willies because it's just too nice. I don't want it falling backwards and breaking the steering column off, because the steering column actually does move in relation to where the wheels are. Just too nice a truck to have it fall over backwards and smash it up. So that passed at 50, but not at 52. We've very nearly got there, and outside I think maybe on some rock, with a little bit more grip than my climb board here, might actually hit that 52, but it's 50 on the day, so this is the first one to fail. Traxxas TRX6 winning so far, but time for the little guy again. That angle of approach on there, it's just now you're beginning to catch on the rear there, you see. And then yeah, maybe a little bit of speed, don't want a huge run up, so get them all going reasonably fairly. Steering going hard to the right, but I still think we might drop off. Oh, for the crawler! Feeling the battery might have shifted inside the car, which is probably not helping. Oh, and it marches up there. So, in second place so far, we have the RGT. We've got the $650 TRX6 and the $140 RGT, both drawing level at the minute. So now I'm going to take it up another 2 degrees and we'll see how we get on at 54 degrees. Well, okay, we've now got a steady 54 degrees on there. So time for the TRX6 to get going again. I'm just going to stand to the side as I have a feeling we may get that tipping point here. Now the TRX6 might need a little bit more momentum here. Avoid that back end catching. Oh, that's marching up there. That's simply romping home. Although the front is looking very light. Oh, the fishing box has fallen off. Anyway, TRX6, 54 degrees up there without any problem, but that front was getting very light. And I think I might need to adjust that drag brake. Okay, well the TRX6 has got up 54 degrees. Will the RGT crawler get up that? I am not convinced it will, because I have a feeling I'm going to have an issue getting that back end up, and the front end's just beginning to catch as well. And we're stuck completely on the back there. Oh, we are going to get up. Okay, so with maybe a little bit of speed to get that back end up. Oh yeah. Going to keep the momentum going, and we're getting pulled to that right and left hand side again, and again we're going to drop off there if we keep that up. Drag brake on this thing, that's just ridiculously good. Yeah, the front wheels, the reason being the front left wheel is virtually completely off the matting. That said, oh, it's going to prove me wrong. Come on, so near. Now at 54 degrees, is this a bridge too far for the RGT crawler? I think I'm going to need a little bit of throttle to get that back end up off of the mat end because it's really struggling on that, what's the descent angle of the car. Well, I'm sort of vainly trying to get it up the slope here because it does end in failure on there because the car just cannot manage that 54 degrees. Got no counterweights on the front on there, so a little bit of work on there, and I think we should have it motoring up there, but today it's not going to do it, so that leaves one car winning. Well, there we have it. I hope people enjoyed that test. Did you guess right on there? TRX6 just winning. Now I will say, it does occur to me that I have a confession to make. This has weighted front hubs on it, which are going to make a difference, and these two have got no extra weight added to them. I have a feeling that this with extra weight on the front would actually beat the TRX6, so we will test that one again on another day. This should be fairly easy to put a little bit of weight over the front on there because it was just struggling around. It was pulling off to the side of the board there because the front wheels were just lifting clear. At least one of them was not touching the board on there, hence the steering not working so well. So I have a feeling that $140 crawler might beat the $650 crawler the next time out. And this thing, the MB Scaler, as I say, it blew me away in the video when I first ran it the other day. 50 degrees from a super scale crawler out on there. The only thing that lets it down is whilst it's got a 58 degree approach angle, the descent angle, which is where the back catches on that, is only something like 22, 23 degrees on there. But I felt they needed a little bit of a helping hand at the bottom there, but 50 degrees pulling up that slope, and it did that 50 degrees on these super skinny narrow tyres. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that test. Did you guess right? Let me know in the comment section below the video. See you soon. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.